What's going on, everybody? This is Captain Obvious. You guys are the 11 crew, and this is another Minecraft tutorial. Alright guys, what I have for you today is version 2.0 of my sugarcane tower farm. Now you can make this all the way up to the sky, and I do recommend you make this height limit, build limit, because it's only one. I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of materials for a very minute reward. Like this is not one of those farms. Now you could build it that way. You can absolutely spread it out. So just keep that in mind. Everything you do here, you can completely spread it out. I'm just going to be showing you how to do one on each side. And we're going to build this last side right here together. Okay, but you could just expand this out as far as you need to go. So just keep that in mind. I just thought, again, why not have something featured in your world rather than, the most efficient, because you could have that. Why not just have this as an extra one? You could just have this somewhere, call it like Sugarcane Towers or something, And then I thought I would use these blocks because I never, ever build with prismarine. And then we even have some dried kelp, as ugly as it is. I thought it would look semi-decent on the bottom. But again, keep in mind, guys, all the blocks, you could change those to be whatever you want, okay? So here's what you're going to need and how to build it. So you're going to need a piston, one observer, one piece of sand, one bucket of water, and one piece of redstone dust and a block for all of the little modules. Okay. You're also going to need some hoppers for the collection point. 2 chests for this one for each side. So however many sides you want to build. So 1 hopper for each side, 2 chests for each side. You're gonna need some glass. You don't have to. You could just encase the whole thing in stone or whatever, or do the whole thing in glass. I just happen to like doing it this way. So you need some glass. Glowstone is completely optional. I'll show you what it's for. Some dry kelp, again, decoration. You don't need it. This is really decoration as well. The prismarine stairs and the dark prismarine. Oh, and you're also going to need, obviously, some sugarcane. That's very important. Okay, so what we're going to start doing is just building this little unit here. Okay, so now here's what we're going to do. We're going to put down this right here, a wall like that. Okay, so just like that, 3 down. You're going to put sand here. Just break that for a second. Put a water bucket behind it. Okay, you're going to put your brick there or whatever your building block is. These can actually go all the way up. So I'm just going to run these really quick. And again, it doesn't matter how high you make it. You could just make this build limit, which is what I suggest. I suggest you go all the way up with it. Really make it a nice focal point in your world. Actually, we can leave that. Nah, we don't need it. We can go like that. That's fine. There we go. Okay, so what the glowstone, really quick, what the glowstone is for. See back here, in each of these corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're going to have an empty cylinder. You can either fill this whole thing up, going all the way up, or you can just slap a piece of glowstone right there, which is what I suggest, and you're good to go. Okay? So in front of, look at this. In front of the sand here, just put a block for a second. You're going to put down a hopper. Okay? And then what I like to do really quick is just break underneath it. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to put down 2 chests like that. Okay? Next to the sand, you're going to put a block. 1, 2, 3. Same thing on this side. 1, 2, 3. All of these corners can come all the way up. Okay, and then you could just top it off. Same thing here. Go back down. And then just bring it all the way up. Okay, cover that up. Perfect. So now you just kind of have the outline. So then the way each little module is going to work, okay, is you put down, we don't need that anymore. You're going to put down your sugarcane with the block behind it. Then you're going to have your piston, and then right behind your piston, or on top of your piston, you're going to have your observer facing this way. Okay, and then you're going to put a block behind the observer, and then underneath, make sure you have your redstone dust. And if you notice, they're all connected. So as soon as any one of the 4 on this level, okay, grows to here, they're all going to activate. Okay, and they're going to push it. So it's very important to do. Keep that in mind. It's just an extra way to make sure that, you get the most bang for each push. And then you're just going to bring these up. You're going to go 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to do, then you're going to do 2 layers with your blocks. Okay, and that's just because, whoops, when you're looking at it, you don't want to see the actual blocks behind it, right? You don't want to see any of that stuff. Okay, just like that. Okay, coming back inside, again, what you're going to do, you just put down 2 blocks. So on top of where the observer is, you're going to have a block coming out. Okay, and that's where your sand's going to go. Skip a space, put another block. Water goes behind it. Okay, you're going to go brick, brick. You're going to go piston. Same thing with the observer. Just like that. Block behind the observer. And redstone dust underneath. And you'll notice it because they're all connected if you did it right. Okay. Then again, right on top of this, you just go block, block, block. So it comes out 1. Sand there. Block, space, and then block. And then it's the same. So we're just doing the exact same pattern the whole way. Oh, not that. Okay, just doing the exact same pattern. I screwed that up. The whole way. Let me just get rid of that. There we go. Okay, so again, you're going to put that there. You're going to put the piston. Behind the piston, facing backwards, you're going to put the observer. Block on top. Dust. And I think you guys kind of get the point, right? So you can put that there, and we'll just finish this off really quick. Oops, and it's going to be... Actually, I kind of have to get in there for a second. Let me just break this, sorry. Okay, it's going to be piston. Oh, let me put down the sugarcane. Behind and on the top, you put the observer with the block. And then the redstone dust going into the piston. And bing, bang, boom. You're done. So that's the whole thing. Okay, so now again, it's 3, 2, 3, 2, and then 3. All right, and the reason is because, again, on the side, you want to be able to see where the sugarcane is growing, and that'll be a nice little focal point, but you don't really want to see the blocks behind it and the sand. I mean, who cares about seeing that, right? So, and then once we're done with this, we're just going to decorate the top. I actually have not done the decoration for this yet, so we'll just do this together really quick. Okay, let me just fill this up really fast. 2, 3. Okay, cool. So now that that's done, I think it looks pretty good in the world. So now what you're going to do, again, you don't have to use this one or even do this at all, but let's get rid of that. Okay, so we're going to take our dark prismarine, and in this corner, we're just going to run it all the way up. And we're going to go 1 higher, go across, and then go all the way down with it. Same thing. Okay, and then if you want, you can use the dried kelp or whatever other block you want, and just kind of trace the outside of it. You guys know I like to outline my projects. It's just kind of my style. I like to have a nice little pathway on the outside. Cool. Okay, then we're going to come up with it. And then what I did was, so right here, you would put your stairs, okay? And then you'd put your stairs again, just like that. And then you could do what you want here. You could fill it up with something. You could, doesn't really matter. I would just say cover it, right? And then one more time with the stairs, just to make it an actual tower that has like a point to it. I'm thinking like the Empire State Building. Right, and then you could just cap it off with, I forgot about this, with a dark prismarine slab, just like so. And there you go. I think it looks pretty good for a nice little focal point for a farm. So there you go. You have yourself your sugarcane tower version 2.0. Again, you may not like this on the bottom here, the dried kelp. I kind of like it because it feeds into the whole, like it's like a farming ground. Like it's kind of like wet, plus it has growth on it. I don't know. That's kind of what I was going for. All right, but that's it, guys. That is the whole thing. Let me know if you build this in your world. Send me a picture of it. I would love to see it. But you should get some decent production out of it if you're close to it. This one already has 7, 3. Is it going to be, super fast amount? No. But, really quick, actually, if you want to build extras, so you would just go like this, right? You'd go like that. You'd put the sand blocks down, right? Just cover that up on the side. water, just everywhere in here. And then you just do the same thing that we did. So you'd put a block here, or blocks covering it like this, right? Blocks like that. I need some sugarcane actually, hold on. I think that's the one we just did. Yeah. Okay, so you get, and then so you do that, and then you come up here. You take your pistons. This is if you want to make it bigger. Piston there. Observer here. Right? You get a block behind it. And then what you're gonna actually have to do for this one, because it won't register it. Oh, it actually is registering it like this. Oh, they had fixed that. I guess they put that back. For some reason, you know how like in older versions, that line going in wasn't there. They had that for a while, then I got rid of it for at least one update because it wasn't working the last time I tried it. Okay, so never mind. So you're good. So now as soon as something grows up, watch. And then obviously you'd want to put your hoppers here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got 4, right? So your hoppers would go here. 1, 2, 3. Now I know a majority of you are going to be able to figure this out, but again, I don't make tutorials for people who really know how to use redstone. Most of mine are for novices, right? Okay, so you put that there, you put all of this here, and then as soon as one of them grows up, it doesn't matter which one, as soon as one of them grows up, boom, it's going to push it. But obviously it wouldn't fly out because you would have, you'd have your wall here. So your wall would come up to here, right? So, all right, so your wall comes up to like here, but there you go, your glass would be there. So let's just lift this up really quick. Actually, we can go like that. I wasn't even planning on doing this big one, but why not? Right? So you'd lift that up. You could put a top on it as well. I mean, you obviously would want to keep going up with it, but there we go. You could also just keep this as your regular farm. Just like so. Perfect. And then you could just connect them on the back kind of the exact same way. So this line right here would start here. Okay, and this would be the redstone line, and then you just do everything else from that. So again, if we get in there really quickly, right? Fill this up. Boom. Here, let's just add that up there. Now you're going to lose some, as you can tell. You're going to lose some. It's just the nature of the way that the farm is designed. The bigger ones would stop. Would be better for that because you're going to, on average, you're going to get some in that fall down anyway. So even if you lost a bunch, you'd still have, odds. Whereas that one, if you lose one out of the two, that's 50% of the farm. And this one, it's not. So just keep that in mind. But that is how you would do it. Okay, and then like I said, this would be the row of the redstone. Okay, which means, so this is the redstone, right? Which means this right here would be where the pistons are. And then you can figure out everything else, hopefully, from that. So if that's the pistons, that means this right here would be that, right? Which means that right behind this is would be where the water is. So right down here would be the water. And I think you guys get the point. I think I'm just beating this to death now. All right, so you guys are going to get the point. And then that's how you would do it. And again, you'd have that little hole, same as we did with the smaller one, and you would just cover that, either just fill it up, half slab it, or just put a little light. And that's how you would build an even bigger tower. Okay? But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for me. Until next time, Captain I was out. Peace.